word on the street isn't just a whisper anymore, it's practically a shout. Rumors are swirling, allegations are flying, and the subject? None other than the queen herself, Beyoncé. But these aren't your typical celebrity tidbits. We're talking about whispers of deep unhappiness, a yearning for escape so profound it's allegedly driving her every move, and even unsettling suggestions about her past. Forget the flawless image. Some are painting a picture of a woman pushed to her limits, ready to break free. The claims are explosive, the implications staggering. So, buckle up, because the story we're about to unpack might just change how you see one of the world's biggest icons. Since 2022, the work ethic has been undeniable. 2 albums dropped back-to-back, 2 massive tours that dominated headlines, and whispers of even more music on the horizon. But it doesn't stop there. Perfume lines, hair care ventures, even stepping into the world of whiskey. Beyoncé has seemingly been everywhere, doing everything. But behind this relentless drive, some are alleging a far more complex motivation than pure ambition. The story being whispered is that this isn't just about building an empire. It's about building an escape route, a meticulously planned departure from the pressures of her inner circle, the controlling hand of her mother, and the overwhelming influence of her husband, Jay-Z. Think of it like this: every power move, every business venture, every grueling tour date is allegedly another brick in the wall of her freedom. Now, in the world of celebrity gossip, blind items are the breadcrumbs of potential truth, often hinting at the scandalous without naming names. And recently, a particular blind item has set the internet ablaze, seemingly pointing directly at Beyoncé's situation. It spoke of industry insiders buzzing for months, of a bodyguard chase at an awards show, a desperate attempt to prevent a star from fleeing the country. The blind item painted a stark picture: a singer exhausted by control, suffocated by pressure, and managed by handlers making every single decision. It even went further, alleging struggles with depression and what it delicately termed unalive thoughts. While we tread carefully here, the implication is chilling. The blind item suggests her team isn't just worried about losing their cash cow. They're dealing with someone on the verge of a major rebellion, someone fed up with her mother's grip and her husband's sway. It's a dark narrative, but one that's gaining traction in certain corners of the internet. If these allegations hold any weight, the financial aspect becomes incredibly significant. Think about the price tags on those recent tour tickets, astronomical for many fans. Could this have been more than just demand? Could it have been a deliberate strategy to reach a specific financial target, a golden number that unlocks that long-awaited escape? And then there's the sudden diversification of her business portfolio. Is it simply smart business, or is it about creating multiple streams of income, assets that can be moved and managed independently? Adding fuel to this fire are reports of Beyoncé quietly purchasing property outside of the United States. While she's owned international real estate before, the context here is different. It's being framed as a strategic move, laying the groundwork for a life lived on her own terms, far from the pressures of her current environment. And then there are the whispers of financial discrepancies, of spending outpacing income, adding a layer of urgency to her alleged need to secure her financial future. But the narrative takes an even more complex turn when we delve into the alleged role of her mother, Tina Knowles. For years, Tina has been a powerful force in Beyoncé's career, and while many see her as a supportive figure, others paint a more controlling picture. Remember those early Destiny's Child stories? Tales of preferential treatment, of subtle ways Beyoncé was positioned as the star. Now, a particularly explosive claim has resurfaced: the allegation that Tina actively pushed a young Beyoncé into a relationship and ultimately marriage with Jay-Z. The blind item we touched on earlier went into detail, suggesting that a then 19-year-old Beyoncé was hesitant, aware of Jay-Z's reputation and the significant age gap. But allegedly, her mother saw the relationship as a strategic business move, a way to elevate Beyoncé's career to untouchable heights. The claim is stark. Even when Beyoncé expressed discomfort, her mother allegedly dismissed her feelings, prioritizing the creation of an empire. It paints a picture of a young woman's personal desires being overridden for professional gain, a decision that could have profoundly shaped the trajectory of her life. If the allegations about the forced marriage are true, it casts a long shadow over Beyoncé's relationship with Jay-Z. We've all seen the headlines, the rumors of infidelity that have plagued their marriage over the years. For someone who allegedly entered the relationship under duress, these public struggles could have been particularly damaging. It raises the question, was Beyoncé ever truly happy in this partnership? And then there's the more recent and frankly bizarre chapter involving her bodyguard, Julius DeBoer. Pictures have circulated, fueling speculation about the nature of their relationship. A touch here, a lingering glance there. The lipstick incident, though easily explained away, added another layer of intrigue. Some reports even suggest that Jay-Z himself harbored suspicions, wanting to remove Julius from Beyoncé's inner circle, only to be met with resistance. The Grammys incident, where Beyoncé allegedly showed little affection towards her husband, but celebrated openly with Julius, only amplified the rumors. And then there are the whispers, again from unnamed sources, of a potential ride off into the sunset scenario, a dramatic escape with her bodyguard, leaving her current life behind. It's a wild claim, but one that's become part of the swirling narrative. Circling back to the timeline of Beyoncé and Jay-Z's relationship, inconsistencies have long been noted. Beyoncé herself has stated she was 18 when they met and 19 when they started dating. However, some who were around at the time claim their connection began much earlier, raising uncomfortable questions about the power dynamics at play. Regardless of the exact start date, the cheating allegations have been a constant undercurrent, dating back to the early years of their relationship. All of this, combined with the alleged pressure from her mother, paints a picture of a woman who may have felt trapped for a long time. Is it any wonder, then, that reports of exhaustion and depression are now surfacing? Many observers note a shift in Beyoncé's demeanor in recent years, a weariness in her eyes. The once seemingly invincible performer now sometimes appears drained. It's led many to believe that the current rumors aren't just sensational gossip, but potentially the signs of a woman reaching a breaking point. Could all this relentless work, all these strategic moves, be the carefully orchestrated steps towards finally breaking free from a life that was never truly her own? The pieces of the puzzle are scattered, the truth remains elusive, but the questions being asked are impossible to ignore. So, what do you make of all this? Is there any truth to these whispers of discontent and a desperate desire for escape? Is it possible that the woman we see on stage, the seemingly in-control icon, is secretly planning a dramatic exit? And what role, if any, do you think her mother and husband play in all of this? The story of Beyoncé is constantly evolving, and right now, it's filled with more questions than answers. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you believe is really happening behind the scenes?